All right. What's going on, everyone? We are about to get into this SmackDown watch along here. We got a couple more minutes left before the show starts, but I figured we go live a little bit earlier. Some stuff about a taped episode of SmackDown coming up as well. Let me get that stuff up for when we get started. Should be very interesting. Where is it? All right. What's going on, everyone? Welcome. We are here for a SmackDown watch along, and I have some interesting notes here from Fightful Select, so we're going to talk about those here really quick. So plans, okay. So there is 2 episodes that they're taping today. One for today, and then next week is Christmas Eve, I believe. Yeah. So next Friday is Christmas Eve, so they are taping that, and here is the stuff that is going to be going down. So Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss were scheduled to open the show with the New Day, Usos, and Drew McIntyre all involved. Interesting enough. Let's see here. A Miracle on 34th Street fight between Drew McIntyre and the New Day and the Usos and Moss is scheduled. Interesting. Okay. There's a 12 Days of Christmas Gauntlet match that is slated to get a ton of time, and the winner getting an Intercontinental title shot. Ricochet, Cesaro, Mansoor, Eric, Ivar, Drew Gulak, Sheamus, Sami Zayn, Shanky, Jinder Mahal, Humberto Carrillo, Angel Garza are all scheduled to be in that match. That sounds interesting. Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs are to be on commentary for the Gauntlet. Typical WWE thing to do. No problem with that. Promos from Paul Heyman, Sasha Banks, and Toni Storm. Sasha Banks and Toni Storm versus Charlotte Flair and Shotzi Blackheart is scheduled to be the main event of the Christmas episode. They also announced some of the stuff that's going on today. WWE didn't really announce anything for the show. All they said was Roman Reigns returns. I'm not sure if Brock Lesnar is supposed to be there or not. They posted a picture of him, but it was mostly about Roman confronting Brock or about what he said or something. I don't know. I didn't watch last week, so I can't really tell you. Let's see here. Okay, so plans for tonight, according to Fightful Select. Roman Reigns is slated to kick off the show. Charlotte Flair versus Toni Storm in another championship contenders match. I guess I understand why they didn't announce this. Viking Raiders versus Jinder Mahal and Shanky. Happy Talk with Drew McIntyre. Brock Lesnar has a sit-down interview. Cesaro versus Ridge Holland rematch with Sheamus at ringside. Naomi versus Shayna Baszler. Sonya Deville is to be involved. New Day versus the Usos slated to be the main event for tonight as well. Isn't this like almost the same thing that they did a couple days ago or last week? New Day and Usos were in a match with RK Bro. Naomi, yeah, this is like this is like a complete rerun of an episode of SmackDown, aside from Viking Raiders and Jinder Mahal and Shanky, which doesn't even make any sense to me. Why did they put Jinder Mahal and Shanky together? You would think that like Jinder would be the person to stand out from the group since he's a former WWE champion. So you would think that Jinder would be one part, and then Shanky and Veer McMahon would be a tag team, but I guess that's not quite the case. Okay. Oh, we still got a couple more minutes. Never mind. I thought it was getting ready to play here. This is why Raw is better than SmackDown at the moment. Is it? Is Raw better than SmackDown at the moment? Let me take a look. Let's take a look. Cage match. Let's go to TV shows, and then we'll look at SmackDown. So SmackDown 1164, which was last week. Okay. Toni Storm and Charlotte Flair. Oh, so this ended by DQ, so that's why they're having another one. 3 minutes and 30. Man. Oh, okay. The main event was 19 minutes. I was gonna say there's like no wrestling on this. The first match last week, 1 minute and 22 seconds. Drew McIntyre defeats Sheamus 7 minutes and 22 seconds. Toni Storm defeats Charlotte Flair by disqualification in 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Man, this show had 12 minutes of wrestling on it before the main event. 12 minutes. The New Day defeat. Wait, what? Oh yeah, that's right. The New Day defeat RK Bro and the Usos in a non-title triple threat tag team match. I think this was to crown the best tag team in WWE or something like that. 19 minutes, almost 18 minutes and 56 seconds. So crazy. Crazy. What's going on, King Ray? How you doing? Lewer says, yeah, ever since the draft, Raw has consistently been better than SmackDown. Interesting. Let me see what's going on Raw. Oops. See what they doing over on Monday Night Raw. All right. Oof. I see a big oof here. I see a couple big oofs here. Oh, you know what? I'm assuming I know what's going on with this one. Okay. So, Otis with Chad Gable defeats Riddle 7 minutes and 30 seconds. That's kind of odd. I don't really know if I would do that, but you know, whatever. 2 L's in a row for RK Pro. Bianca Belair defeats Doudrop 10 minutes and 31 seconds. That's actually pretty crazy. And Bobby Lashley with MVP defeats Kevin Owens in 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Okay. The Dirty Dogs defeat Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Why? 7 minutes 27 seconds. Okay, this is pain. Queen Zelina with Carmella defeats Rhea Ripley with Nikki Ash in 50 seconds. Oof. Big oof on that one. Yikes. No disqualification match. Bobby Lashley with MVP defeats Seth Rollins 2 minutes and 29 seconds. I have to assume from the outside looking in that Kevin Owens and Rollins are heels right now, right? So what, they just didn't care. Bobby Lashley versus Big E in the main event, 17 minutes 44 seconds. Bobby Lashley wins, gets added to the day one WWE Championship match. How's it going? Low Gamer, how you doing? Leroy says, I saw Spider-Man No Way Home yesterday and it was such good shit. You know what? Such good shit. Yeah, no spoilers. I saw it as well. It was very good. It was very, very good. There's one thing that I am very happy about in that happened, and I won't get into it, but there is one thing that I was very happy about. I can't wait to actually talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. There's like a when it happens, I'm very excited for that. So I don't know what you wait a week, 2 weeks before talking about it. I don't know. Want some good matches to watch over the weekend? I actually have a really busy weekend, so I probably won't be watching any good wrestling. But yeah, feel free to post them. Maybe someone will want to check it out, or maybe I'll end up checking out one of them or something. Y'all see the Cora Jade versus Darby feud? Yeah, I saw. I saw it. I wonder why she deleted it. I mean, at this point, if you're gonna say something on the internet, you might as well just keep it up, because if you tweet it out, someone's gonna take screenshots of it anyways. So it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if you delete it or not. If you posted it, someone's gonna have a screenshot of it. So you might as well just leave it up. Like, you said it. So it kind of is what it is, you know, at that point. How's it going, Fickle? How you doing, my friend? Hopefully you're doing well. SmackDown here is about to start. I think I got a delayed feed as well, by the way. It seems to be the case when I watch wrestling, is that I'm always like behind a minute. Yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers. People will get in trouble for spoilers. Brian Danielson versus Hangman Page was such good shit. Only downside was it ended in a draw. I know, man. You know, I didn't think that they could do it. I didn't think that they'd be able to pull off the 60-minute match. I really didn't want to see it. And I knew that if they were going that long, it was going to end in a tie or a draw, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And they delivered. That match was incredible. It was great. And I posted the quarter hour. I look at it on here. The quarter hour for it was good. Like, they were up towards the end over 1 million, which is surprising. I think most people probably just tuned in because they wanted to know what the finish was going to be. But man, it's really impressive. It turns out wrestling actually draws, right? Who would have thought? Who would have thought that wrestling actually was the draw here? Winter's Coming was good. Yeah, I liked it. Khan said Danielson's still the #1 contender. I heard that. Yeah, I heard. It'll be interesting what they do going forward. You know, they're gonna do Danielson and Hangman again soon. Maybe on the next pay-per-view, maybe Revolution, but Revolution is still pretty far away, isn't it? AEW Revolution 2022. When is it? Yeah, March 6th. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold off that long. You know, I want to see Hangman be a little bit more active on AEW TV. So hopefully they do that. Oh, Battle of the Belts. Battle of the Belts. That's right. That's right. That's very possible. That is very possible. Low Gamer says Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk SummerSlam 2009. Steve Austin versus Kurt Angle SummerSlam 2001. Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne NXT Takeover Chicago 1. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, March for Revolution. Battle of the Belts date, what was it? January 16th or something? EW Battle of the Belts. Battle of the Belts. Oh, with January 8th? January 8th is Battle of the Belts. January 8th. That's a lot sooner than I had thought. That is, yeah, 3 weeks. That's crazy. I'm really curious to see how this Battle of the Belts thing is gonna go. Oh, poor little Sami Zayn. Oh. So Paul kind of hyping up Brock here, huh? What are you guys' favorite wrestling match that you've ever seen? Like seen in person? Seen in person, I don't know, it's kind of hard, but one that always will always come back to me because it was just crazy was Cody versus Dustin at what, Double or Nothing, I think. That was crazy. You thought Battle of the Belts was going to be a champion versus champion match type? I don't know what to expect from Battle of the Belts, honestly. I have no idea. FTR versus Briscoes at Battle of the Belts? I think so. I've seen a lot of people who are saying that the Briscoes are going to get signed by AEW as soon as their contract status allows them to be. So, which will be interesting considering that they're Ring of Honor tag team champions right now. So I wonder how that's going to work out. The Pat says that Paul and Roman haven't spoken for over a week. Watching anyway? Oh, that's really hard. I'm so bad at stuff like that. How about Double or Nothing 2022? If Kenny Omega is healed, we get Hangman Page versus Kenny versus Bryan in a triple threat. I was kind of thinking, you know, they could do something like that. Oh no. It's boss time. I wish I had my I wish I had the thing loaded. Hope all the titles are on the line. It could very well just be something like that, yeah. Better not ruin Toni Storm. She kind of already kind of feels ruined, doesn't she? But yeah, anyways, back to Kenny, Hangman, and Danielson. Yeah, I think that could totally be the thing. So you have Kenny and Bryan, who went to a 30-minute time limit draw. Then you have Hangman and Bryan, who went to a 60-minute time limit draw. And then you have Hangman and Kenny, and Hangman beat Kenny. So there's kind of like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. What about the Ring of Honor belts? Are they still going to defend them? Yeah, so it seems like, oh man, Tony didn't even get an entrance? Damn. Okay, crazy. But yeah, it seems like a lot of the Ring of Honor people are defending their championships outside of the company, obviously, because they're not doing anything. So I saw that Jonathan Gresham is wrestling at a GCW event. Adam Cole cost Kenny Omega the match. Interesting. See, I feel like it's too soon, right? Does it feel like it's too soon to have that Adam Cole, Kenny Omega stuff go down? Okay, so here's another thing that I was talking to my fiance about is let me bring up the picture. Let's see here. Okay, so if it doesn't get, oh, it's gonna be blurry, isn't it? Okay, you get it. You get the picture, right? It's this with Adam Cole holding up the present. The present kind of looks almost like a picture, right? Looks like the size of a picture frame. So what if inside the picture is when the Bucks turned on Adam Cole? Or what if it's a picture of Adam Cole like dying on BTE, you know, like when they gave him the monster can? It looks like the size of a picture. Looks like the size of a picture. So I don't know. Can he kill them? Yeah, you know. Adam Cole's a natural heel. I prefer him to stay that way. Yeah, me too. Me too. I like Adam Cole with where he is. I would like to see, if possible, I would like to see the Undisputed Era just be a part of the Elite in some, you know, the Elite has so many different branches of it, you know, like the Elite is supposed to be Kenny and the Bucks, you know, until they remove themselves from the Bullet Club. But then you have the Super Click, which is the Young Bucks and Adam Cole. So hopefully they just have like, I don't know, some sort of click that's just the three of the Undisputed Era. I would like that. How's it going, Hassan? How you doing, my friend? I'm good. Just hanging out, watching some wrestling. It's been a while since I've watched SmackDown. I haven't watched SmackDown since the draft, since the WWE draft. So it's been a while. Gargano on Twitch was asked who he wants to wrestle, and all the people he listed were from AEW. I saw that. I saw that. It's pretty funny. He wants Lee Moriarty. He wants to wrestle him, and he said that Bryan Danielson is the best wrestler in the world, and he wants to wrestle him again, hopefully soon. So, man, I mean, it kind of seems obvious to me that as soon as he opened a pro wrestling tee shop and he started his Twitch, that he wasn't going back. And I saw someone mention, they said that he decided he was going to leave a year ago. SmackDown's been mid since the draft. People tell me that this is the greatest wrestling show every single week. That's all. You should watch SmackDown. You should watch SmackDown. It's the greatest show of the week. You should watch it. Here we are. I don't see anything interesting about this show other than Roman Reigns. So we'll see. I wonder what's going to happen on the Christmas edition of Rampage with Sammy Guevara versus Cody for the TNT Championship. I feel like it'll accelerate Cody's heel turn. Maybe. Very possible. I don't know, man. I don't know. I know that he's on Rampage tonight, I believe, as well. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm so confused with what Cody is doing and like where he's going to go with all of this stuff. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if he's like actually believes that he shouldn't be a heel, or if they're just like trying to do it really slow. I don't know. I don't get it. They can become part of the Elite down the road. I really want to see the Undisputed Era versus Young Bucks and Kenny. Yeah, 100%. I want to see that too. And actually, you know what? I should move these around. This seems way more natural to me than. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Tony really said Fox News today. Yeah, he did. I was so confused by that. So I guess someone got fired from the Jaguars or something. So Fox News like wrote up an article about it or something, and then they were like, "Hey, AEW is cooling off, and they're not getting good viewership. They're not getting good ratings now." And Tony went went ham on him, I guess. What's my thought on Killer Cross joining EC3 stable? He seems like he'd be a good fit for it. I haven't really followed. I mean, I've kind of seen what EC3 has done, but I haven't actually seen any of the Control Your Narrative matches or anything like that. But he seems like he'd fit in. He seems like he would fit in. I know that Scarlett said that neither one of them are going to be going back to Impact. So I don't know what that means for all of these like Ring of Honor people and stuff. People who say SmackDown is the best show are blind. Maybe. I guess we'll find out tonight. I look at the I see the stuff on Twitter, and I don't know, it doesn't look appealing to me at all. Cody Rhodes has become the AEW equivalent of John Cena minus the multiple world championship reigns. Yeah, and I mean, I think that, you know, Roman Reigns turning heel kind of proves that a heel John Cena would have worked. They should have pulled the trigger on it. They should have. I think that he could have continued to do all the Make-A-Wish stuff and be a good person behind the scenes with being a heel on camera. I think it would have worked. Here's what's gonna happen. Clearly Fish is the chump of the group, and when Kyle comes, he and Fish are like, are you undisputed or are you elite? And then they feud and Cole turns on the elite. I could definitely see that happening. I just hope that, I mean, it seems like they're doing a pretty good job of pacing things out and making them, you know, letting the stories build and not hot-shotting everything. So hopefully they do the same with that. I think it'll be big when it happens. And there's a lot to go on with the elite, minus the Mount Rushmore Kevin Owens stuff, I guess, right? since he decided to resign, and that leads me to believe that Sami Zayn probably going to resign as well, if I had to guess. But why would Kyle join Cole after what happened? Well, because, I mean, are they even going to acknowledge NXT and what happened? They didn't acknowledge what happened with Fish and Cole. Even though, like, I think Undisputed Era breaking up is one of the biggest missed opportunities in NXT ever. Like, for one of the greatest factions in that brand's history, they just kind of randomly broke up, and then Roderick Strong was just like, I'm out, I quit, kind of. And then Bobby Fish didn't really seem to care, so it was just between Cole and Kyle, and that was pretty much it. I don't know, that it was so weird to me. It was so weird. Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm one day. That'd be cool. 3 years ago today, the biggest lie in professional wrestling was told. What was that, Leroy? What was that? AW always likes to acknowledge the past. Maybe they'll settle their differences. I don't know. Maybe Kyle and Cole will have maybe they'll be like they'll be like rude against each other, so they'll have like a little beef, but maybe they'll end up fixing it or something like that. I've really liked what Malachi has done, carrying over all of the eye stuff. That's been fantastic. Oh, we're gonna give you what you want. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, aside from the fan service that they did at that WrestleMania where Kofi won and Becky 2 belts and they main evented and stuff, that was pretty much it. 3 years ago today, the Authority said, "We are the Authority." Brutal, man. I'm surprised this has actually been a somewhat of a long match in terms of WWE. The road to WrestleMania 35 and the event itself was great, but after that, it all fell off again. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, Kofi losing the title in what, 9 seconds or something is kind of frustrating. You know, they're always like, oh, it'll make sense later and it'll pay off, right? We heard that so many times about Rhea Ripley. about how her losing her NXT championship to Charlotte would make sense. And then she got moved up and everything will make sense. And then it's like, it never does. It never does, man. It never does. Maybe Kyle versus Adam Cole happens again, but this time they have a proper match. I mean, I feel like they've had proper matches. Like Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly put on some bangers right there towards the end. At least I thought. What was that at Stand and Deliver, right? They had that crazy 2 out of 3 falls match. Let's not forget the birth of the, okay, all right, hold on. The birth of the wild card rule, baby. I hate the wild card rule, man. We didn't want the Future Endeavors releases. I know, that was crazy. They released like over 100 people this year. Insane. Was that? What was that? What was that? How come Tony Storm is the only person that didn't get an entrance, by the way? It was kind of odd. I can't stand WWE handing Charlotte titles. They really like to pad her title reigns. I'm surprised that they got rid of her NXT title reigns. I didn't like the 3 stages of hell, especially the steel cage. It ended awkwardly. Yeah, but overall, I liked the match quality of it. I enjoyed it. You know, and the crazy like change of pace afterwards as well, where Papa H obviously saw something in Kyle O'Reilly, and then they went to 2.0 and they were like, nah. No. Mm-mm. Why would we use Kyle O'Reilly when we have Braun Breaker? Yes. How's it going, Jaden? How you doing? How you doing? Do you think Ronda Rousey will ever return to WWE? I don't know, actually. I don't know. It would be cool to see her back. I don't know if they necessarily need her. They really haven't put a focus on their women's division aside from, you know, the usual. What are some people you would want from WWE and AEW? I mean, I think it would be cool to see a lot of people in AEW. Not because I don't think that they're like doing well, but it would be interesting to see what they came up with. So like Seth Rollins, you know, I think it'd be pretty interesting to see what he would do, like from what he's doing now, what he would do over there, something like that. Did you see that Von Wagner backstage segment on Wednesday? So awful. Yeah, that's why I was like, Von Wagner smash, because it was like a Hulk promo. Have you heard that WWE has a major interest in MJF? Yes, I did. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Like, how? I saw that Fox and USA Network, they want MJF and WWE wants MJF, but what are you going to do with MJF? He doesn't work on WWE TV. MJF does not work on WWE programming. He doesn't. I don't understand why they want him. They would get him, they'd water down his stuff. It probably wouldn't work, and then they'd be like, "Oh, yeah, well, we're going to get rid of him." I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. Less famous Miz versus Miz. Yeah. And it's so funny, right? You have all these people that are like, "Oh, MJF is mid. No one cares about MJF. He's just a less famous Miz." And then it's like, hey, USA, Fox, WWE, they all want MJF, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we're gonna get MJF in 2024." You're not. You're not. I'm sorry. There's no way. And MJF is just an asshole, so of course he's gonna play up to it and be like, "Hey, whoever's got the most money, I'm coming." And I certainly just don't see that happening. Matt Riddle, Tony Storm, Timothy Thatcher, and Ridge Holland. Yeah, AJ Styles and Finn would be obvious ones. Yeah. What happened to Timothy Thatcher, by the way? He hasn't been on TV in a while, right? Like a long while. MJF made the diss mid a thing now. Yeah, I said that the other day. Someone was saying that MJF was mid, and I was just like, it's funny that you say that because you would have never said that before. And I'm not saying that he invented the word, but he certainly brought it into the wrestling world. I have never, in the 6 years, 5 years, 4 years, whatever it is that I've been doing what I've been doing, I have never seen someone refer to anything in wrestling as mid. Just the same way as when Roman mentioned moving the needle, no one had ever said that. No one ever said that before he did in wrestling. I'm sure people have talked about moving the needle before, but in wrestling, I have not heard that. You own MJF? Timothy Thatcher still signed with 2.0, which is not active. Interesting. I have Cage Match up. Timothy Thatcher. His last match was August 23rd against Ridge Holland. And then before that was a month prior, July 21st, Oney Lorcan and Pete Dunne versus Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, is that what happened to him? He got hit in the throat by Ridge Holland's baton? I don't remember seeing that. MJF might be the best heel in pro wrestling nowadays. Yeah, I mean, with the way that he acts, yeah, I would say so. He's on another level, man. On another level. Oh, is this a but can they coexist match? Or are Tony and Sasha cool? Sasha have Spider-Man gear on, by the way? I'm actually surprised how long this match is going right now. Shinsuke's run has been mid. Yeah. Yeah. Good match. I mean, for me, that's... Oh, no. Don't do it. Don't do it, Charlotte. So this is why we're getting the championship contender match next week. Shinsuke hasn't defended the title since winning. Really? WWE needs to push Ricochet. Yeah, they really should. But Tony won. I know Sasha might stab Tony in the back. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. This is the biggest win of Toni Storm's career. Wasn't she? How? Hold on. Man, that crown is something else. Sir Kofi Kingston. Man, Toni Storm was NXT UK Women's Champion for 231 days. They really should have started the show with Roman. He defended against Apollo in September. All right, let's get to the bottom of it. Oh, I see the day one. Okay, okay. You don't understand why the TV show sucks unless their pay-per-views are pretty good. Except the last one. I didn't like the last pay-per-view. Okay, so Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura won the championship on August 13th, 2021. He beat Apollo Crews in 10 minutes and 10 seconds. New Viking Raiders? I like this music. Okay, so anyways, August 13th is when he won the title. He then defended it against Apollo Crews once on September 24th, 7 minutes and 54-second match, and that is it. He's held the title for 127 days. 127 days. Ricochet's entrance theme, one and only, is underrated. Does he still have it? I like these new match graphics. I like those. Those look nice. Yeah, so the Owen will be a men's and women's tournament. There will be a cup for both of them. I think they're during Rampage tonight. Tony's gonna announce when those are going to happen, the tournaments. No energy to watch WWE anymore. I only catch the highlights and pay-per-views. Yeah, I feel you on that one. I feel you on that one. This is my first time returning since the draft, and the drafts were just so bad, man. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I figure my whole like idea behind this is to kind of like get back into it, but not like, I don't know. I feel like being like the watch alongs make the show so much easier to watch and so much more fun. Like it makes the time actually go by. And I'm not just like sitting here with my phone and I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. So it's nice to just like hang out and chat and discuss things and discuss even other things. Like we don't even necessarily have to just like fully straight on watch everything. It's just so much easier to just hang out, chill, and just talk about whatever we want and watch a TV show together. Last time he held it for 201 days and defended it only a handful of times. Okay, so he was also Intercontinental Champion before for 201 days. Yep, like you said. And he defended it It will load. If it will load, come on. You can do it. Oh no. Okay, there it is. 1, 2, 3. He defended it 3 times and then lost it to Braun. 201 days. Anyone want Cody to win the TNT title? I feel like it'd be great. If Cody is going to remain a babyface, no. Absolutely not. If this is what's going to be that thing to propel him into being a heel, then absolutely. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. I'm totally cool with obviously not right now, not at this moment. But I'm totally cool with Cody being a heel and being like, you know what? I'm a EVP. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. And I want to challenge for the world championship and you can suck it pretty much. Like, I'm cool with that too. Okay, guys, serious question. When will Veer Mahan make his debut? A, this Monday. B, the Raw after day 1. Or C, gets released beforehand. I don't know, man. I hope he doesn't get released. I don't want anyone to lose their job. That sucks. I don't wish that upon anyone. So hopefully that doesn't happen to him, but the sooner the better. The sooner the better. And I hope that they don't do the typical WWE thing of like, okay, we tease him. It's been 7 weeks. So I hope they don't tease him for 7 weeks and then just be like, have him squash people for another 7 weeks. Like, we don't need that. People already know who this guy is. He was wrestling with Shanky and Jinder Mahal, and I guess he's been wrestling on Main Event as well. Let me double check that. I swear I saw him. Actually, I can just look up his Veer. What is it? Veer Mahan. 2 A's. Oh, is this Xia Li entrance? Oh, good stuff, man. That shit looks amazing. Okay. What am I looking at? Matches. That's right. Bro, Veer's been on. Veer's been on Main Event this entire time. Veer beat Jackson Riker on Main Event. Veer beat John Morrison on Main Event. Veer beat Cedric Alexander on Main Event. I don't get it. I'm a buried roster. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I want to see that. I'm cool with that. I miss the Elite, like the old Elite with everyone in it. I miss that so much. I hope that, I know that I think they've said they only have a couple more years left in them, like 3 or something like that. I hope that before then they all reunite as one, man. I really, 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 really want to see that. Why do people hate Cody so much? I don't know. They feel like he buries everyone and takes all of these opportunities, and people think the same thing about Brandy. Like, she's not on TV for like a year, and then she comes on TV once, and they're like, oh my god, of course she put herself on TV. Like, bro, relax. Just relax, okay? Chill. Bro, Viking Raiders are in the ring. They've been in the ring for like 6 minutes now. Why are we talking about Bobby Lashley on SmackDown? The Viking Raiders are in the ring. That happened with Aleister Black on his first run on SmackDown Live in 2019. He kept saying, knock on my door, that I lost. Yeah, man, I feel like that does more damage to people than it does anything else. Like, I don't understand. And then, you know, who was it? Cesaro knocked on his door, right? And then then they had a match, maybe 2 matches. Yeah, I think 2. And then, oh, so Owens beat Rollins. Oh, okay. But then he after those matches, he just went right back in his room and was like, "Someone knock on my door," and then that was about it. This is how they did Lashley versus Rollins. Bro, why? Viking Raider sadly ain't doing crap now. Yeah, I don't know why. They don't have a tag team division, so why aren't they doing anything? I don't get it. He even wasn't world champion. Throw logic out the window. Yeah, I don't understand. Brandy can cut a better promo than 95% of the women's roster. It's crazy, man. I hope that she has thick skin. If she, I know that she's been doing stuff on Dark and Elevation and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I know that she wants to like wrestle and be a part of the women's division and get a shot at the title and stuff, but I don't know if people will accept them. I think she seems more cool because I was watching Rose to the Top, and she seems more cool about just going in there and just being a bitch and just delivering what the people want. She seemed more than willing to play into that. But Cody didn't seem that way, and I hope that's just an act. I hope that's just an act. Vince definitely hates the tag division. He hates tag teams. I said Shanky was one of the best gimmicks on SmackDown in a long time, but people aren't ready for that conversation. I saw the video. I saw the video. I hate how they always just use size. They're always just like, this guy's really tall, so he's devastating. He's a badass. Bro, are they going to commercial? Another commercial? Bro, the Viking Raiders are going to be waiting for 15 minutes in the ring before they even get to their match. Why? Why not just have them come out? Man, they book these shows so weird. I do not understand it. So did you hear why Vince hates tag teams? In a book, he doesn't like to pay two people for a one-man job. I mean, I mean, I see the logic behind it, I guess, but like tag team wrestling isn't the same as singles wrestling. They're two completely different things. So I don't at the same time. And if you're going to have a division, like you're paying these people anyways. So it doesn't necessarily matter because they don't get paid on their matches, do they? They just get paid. I don't know exactly how contracts works. Like I don't know the exact details of things, but from what I understand, they're guaranteed a certain amount of money per year, regardless. So you're not paying for people for one match. You're paying for people to be there. So it doesn't, right? Like it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is something, but I don't think there is. Maybe back in the day they did something a little bit different than that, but to my knowledge, I don't think that's how it works. Some guy named Dan Lambert is returning to AEW tonight on Rampage. Who is that? Yeah, he is the guy for American Top Team. Biggest heat magnet in wrestling. Yeah, people don't like him. People don't like him. I hope that this time they actually do this better and they put a focus on Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, because if I were Booker Man, I would have put American Top Team over the Inner Circle. I would have. I feel like it would have done way more for Scorpio and Ethan Page to have won that match than for Inner Circle. They don't need it. They don't need it at all. Jake Hager's not going to do anything after that. Santana and Ortiz, they're a tag team. They'll recover fine. Their matches are incredible. They're fine. Sammy Guevara, he's fine. Like, Chris Jericho's going to be fine. It doesn't matter. Scorpio and Ethan should have won that, in my opinion. Why they don't to like screen one side advertising the other wrestling? I don't know. I'm not sure what the details are in that sort of thing. I don't know how that works. I don't know. Apparently Cody has a promo off with Dan Lambert, so imagine how much booze that segment will get. Yeah, I saw the results for Rampage, and I'm kind of curious to know how that's gonna go down. It's kind of weird, interesting. You know, I'm not sure how that's gonna go down. 7'1", 300+ pound Shanky. He's gonna throw Eric and Ivar around like they're a bunch of cruiserweights. But do you want MMA celebrity guys beating up top workers? I think it would have worked in that style of match. And so the difference is that we don't see that stuff happen often in that area. So I think if what they would have done is they would have done crazy spots to kind of eliminate people to get them out, or maybe people just went off away from the ring, and I would have had Chris Jericho take the loss. I would have had Scorpio and Page, like, have all of them just beat the hell out of Jericho or something like that, and then have Dan Lambert beat Jericho. I don't think that would have done any damage. I think maybe would have helped Ethan and Scorpio a little bit. Because I do think that there's a place in wrestling for certain things like this, and I didn't necessarily like the American Top Team stuff. I don't know, something about it just felt off. But you know, things like that don't necessarily bother me if they don't happen too often. So I think that one time would have been fine. I think it would have been fine. Do you think Rampage will be good tonight? It's a 10-man tag match and an 8-man tag match. I'm not sure. I typically like Rampage. I know people have, you know, their gripes about Rampage. I typically enjoy it. I think there's been maybe 2 episodes that I didn't really like. One from a couple weeks ago I thought was kind of and then the one that was all Hardy Family Office, I hated that episode. I did not like that one either. But other than that, I usually like it. It's 1 hour, and I feel like it 1 hour, and it just flies by, man. Imagine teaming Shanky up with Von Wagner. Oh god, just all the big guys. Ethan Page and Scorpio should split up, man. Page is fine by himself. I miss SCU. I miss SCU too, man. I do. I miss them a lot. They were great. And since they split up, they haven't really done anything. So it's a shame, man. It's a shame. And I know that it's rough because they have a really bloated roster right now. They have a lot of people, and I'm sure there's tons of people that could be booked way better, but they don't have that many options. You know, I much prefer to have longer world title reigns, or just title reigns in general. Like, I don't want to see that stuff getting passed around all the time, and I feel like that's the kind of stuff that devalues things. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens with them, because I think Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky are very talented, but I don't know what I would do with them. I don't. Maybe have one of them be TNT champion at some point. I don't know. 1 hour is not enough. 2 hours is perfect. So there's the problem, is that if they made Rampage 2 hours, they usually tape Rampage. So that means that the people at the arena would have to be there for like at least 4 to 5 hours for that. And your crowd, I've heard a lot of people complain about the crowd for Rampage being dead in just that 1 hour, that last. So I don't know if they'd be able to do another one. Then the other thing would be if it was 2 hours and they just did them by themselves, would they actually be able to fill venues for Rampage and successfully travel to all of those other ones? And I don't know if that's the case. I feel like if they did, it would be better. It's kind of the same thing that I've talked about for are they gonna win? Wow, Viking Raiders win. It's kind of like the things that I've said about shows like Main Event and 205 Live. 205 Live more specifically is that 205 Live will never be a popular show until they actually care about it, or they have the ability to care about it. So if I were WWE, I would put shows like Main Event and 205 Live in NXT. That's where they would have belonged. I feel like the NXT crowd, even before this 2.0 stuff, they would have cared way more about those shows than the people would where they're like starting the show off with those. I feel like that would have made more sense. So with Rampage, I kind of feel the same way, that it's like, if it's a taped show, there are tons of people who are like, I'm not going to watch this tape show. I already know what happens. It's only an hour long. I'm not really going to miss anything crazy. I'll just catch it on Twitter or YouTube when they upload it. So if they could make Rampage 2 hours and have it be live, I think it would help it tremendously. And obviously there's the time slot as well that it's not good. Well, Frankie and Chris are kind of the old vets there to put over the young guys. Yeah, but I mean, I understand Daniel's kind of being semi-retired and stuff. I think I don't know if he's still doing stuff in Impact or not. But Frankie kind of became the elite hunter and never really like came of anything, at least to my knowledge. Wardlow is now in the top 5. Interesting. So I've never seen Happy Talk before, so this will be interesting. My only solution for Rampage's time slot is they move Dark to another night, move Rampage to Tuesdays at 8, which would compete with NXT technically, and then they could make it 2 hours live. Okay, but Mauricio, here's the thing. If Rampage is live on Tuesdays, that means that they have to have a venue for Rampage on Tuesdays, and they have to have another one for Wednesday for Dynamite. So can they sell out the same place, or not necessarily sell out, but fill up the same place 2 nights in a row? Or are they able to travel from point A to point B from Tuesday to Wednesday and fill those places? So there's a lot of the travel and the booking stuff in terms of getting venues and putting asses in seats, which I feel like could be a problem for Rampage. Happy Talk is the worst thing ever. Oh, great. So I'm in for a treat. The day Wardlow turns on MJF will kick all of the ass. It really, really will. And I have hope for them. I hope that they wait for the perfect moment, and I hope they use it to just launch him into superstardom, because Wardlow is crazy talented. He's got the look, he's got the feel, like he's got everything he needs. He's super over with the crowd. They love him just power bombing the hell out of people. So hopefully, man, when they pull the trigger, hopefully he just gets launched. Oh, he gets launched to the moon. Bam. Wardlow versus MJF split is AEW's Batista and Triple H. I could see that. Scorpio Sky and Jay Lethal would be a good team. That's the thing too, like with the tag teams, I think the trios titles will be coming somewhat soon in the first quarter. Some in the first half of next year, I think the trios titles are supposed to be coming. And I think that will help shake things up a little bit as well, because there's a lot of teams that could use those trios titles and kind of get them out of the tag team division a little bit. You could do Death Triangle, the Elite, Jurassic Express, which I don't even know what's going on with Jurassic Express anymore. Marco hasn't been there for a while, so have they kicked Marco out? Is he hurt? Is he doing something else? I think he's been wrestling other places and doing other things. So is like Christian Cage a part of Jurassic Express now as well? But then you have Best Friends, Inner Circle. You could argue that they could be in there. Man, there's just Chaos now as well. You want to do that? There's just so many options for their trios division. I think that will help a lot. You remember when Kane forgot to catch Harold? I don't think so, no. The venue would have to be the same if Rampage moves to Tuesdays. No way they could have time to move in another city in less than 24 hours. Yeah, so if that's the case, then they'd have to sell out the building twice. I don't know if that would be possible. Brock Lesnar's here. Yeah, he was oh yeah, they said he was gonna do a sit-down interview. So yeah, I don't know if that's possible for them to do it live. I mean, obviously there's certain places where they can do it live, but I don't know if it's a weekly thing that they could do live. How has so they have AEW Dark tapings at Universal Studios now, right? Has anyone noticed, like, has it been any better being in that sort of environment as opposed to being like before or after Dynamite? The New Japan versus Noah card is a disappointment. It's just multiple man matches, not a one singles match. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, you know, I actually think I saw a picture of that, actually. Your boys here in the overalls and everything. Hell yeah. They can do it live, just use different wrestlers. Yeah, but again, they have to sell out the place. They got to put the asses in the seats for the venue for it to make sense, and for all the travel that they have to pay for and all the stuff like that. Is it me or is this the most we've seen Brock on TV? But then he's the champion, he disappears. That was just a thing that they crafted to make people try to get Roman Reigns over. Like there were actually people that thought that Brock Lesnar just wouldn't show up to work. That he was just like, yeah, I'll win the championship, but I'm not actually gonna wrestle. And it's like, you do realize that they're having him do this and not showing up, and then they played into the Roman thing. Like, I'm happy to see Brock back though. I love this version of Brock. It's great. It's a nice little change of pace for him. It looks like he's having fun. I've heard great things about his interaction with Sami Zayn. I haven't caught that yet, but I heard great things about it. What about the stage, the ring, all that other stuff? It takes time to move them to another place. Yep, they would have to either transport them or double up. They'd have to buy another ring, or I don't know how many they have. Some more rings, another Titantron stage set. So yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to it. Corbin says, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And you can hear the sound of people doing it. And they cut to the audience and everyone's just like, remember when R-Truth made Brock laugh? Yeah. Brock Lesnar's really entertaining. He's a really good worker. I mean, sometimes he just comes in uninspired and puts on half-ass matches, but he's been known to put on good matches. The new thing with Brock is actually entertaining. Yes, it is. Very, very entertaining. Is it a pee break? Yeah. Oh no. Look at all the people leaving. Look at all the people getting up to go to the bathroom. You miss Lone Wolf Corbin? Me too, man. They are chanting CM Punk. Are they putting audio over the top of it? I can faintly hear CM Punk chants, but I hear boos too. This is awful. On commentary. Not feeling happy, Corbin. Bum ass Corbin was better. Yes. Remember Lone Wolf Corbin's theme song? One of the best. Yeah, dude. Lone Wolf Corbin was good. Really good. I think I mostly speak for myself on this one, but I enjoyed him as the GM too. I enjoyed that. What is this called? Happy TV or Happy Talk? Is this called Happy Talk? Oh yeah, they 100% still use it. Who's gonna replace Jeff in this feud? I would like to see Ali on TV. Doesn't it? I mean, aren't they doing McIntyre? How's it going, Zach? How you doing, my friend? Have I missed much? No, not too much. What did they do to SmackDown? I don't know. This is terrible. He was over when he won the Andre Battle Royal, but then he got lost in Gimmick City. Yeah. So Drew's gonna come out in his kilt, and he's just gonna take the sword right out of the desk with ease, right? Wow, finally some movement for the crowd. You're done with this company? Glad to hear you're doing good, man. Happy Talk was awful. Yeah. Watch him just pull it out with ease. Corbin, Puerto Rican wife, will file for divorce after seeing all the stupid segments. You can hear Johnny wrestling already? Oh, yes, please. They need GMs again, man. DeVille and Pierce make no sense. Neither does the USO and Fox execs. USA and Fox execs. Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't know why they don't put Sonya Deville and Adam and Pierce on a different brand. Like, just have them be separate, right? That makes so much more sense. Three-time IC champ. Carlito still wrestling? I don't know if he's still. I think he was doing something recently, where that. I think he was in charge of whatever that Hannibal guy was doing. Yeah, putting Sami Zayn in another #1 contenders match when you just blew him out in 30 seconds in the last one. No thanks, bro. Kurt Angle's GM was funny. That was great. Rich's Godly theme song. I would assume he's just going to be paired up with Sheamus now, right? Fight night. Sheamus's backdrop looks amazing, though. They have done some really cool, unique things with that backdrop that I've really liked, and this is certainly one of them. What about Cesaro? Is he facing Drew? He's facing Ridge Holland. Yes, a Happy Talk was one of the worst things that I've ever seen in my entire life. Absolutely terrible. Cesaro said he'd like to face Drew. I would like to see that. You know, Cesaro, someone had asked earlier about someone that I would like to see from WWE go to AEW. Cesaro is one of them for sure. Cesaro. It was really cool to see Cesaro get the main event opportunities that he did, but he's an incredible performer, and I would just love to see more of him. I really would. Ridge Holland is a good talent in my opinion, but if he loses to Cesaro again, it won't be a good look for him. Yeah, no, not at all. But they just hit him with a baton. What's the link? What do you mean? What link? Link for what? WWE's answer to the 60-minute match, a 12-man gauntlet. Yeah. Someone said you use a link to watch SmackDown. I watch an East Coast feed. You can watch on the FS1 app. If you have to have cable, I think. So if you just go to the FS1 app or the FS1 website, I think you can watch it for free. Wonder what happened to Cassius Ohno. I saw that he was doing. Is he doing a podcast right now? They dropped the ball on him again. I don't understand why after that match with Rollins, for me it was the match of the night. Yeah, it was really good. And they do the UFO thing, and they're like, they play it a million kajabillion times, and to me it just gets more annoying than anything else. And it, like, that's the kind of stuff that makes me lose interest in people and lose interest in things that people are doing. They're taping next week SmackDown after the show. Yeah, they are. Yeah. If you could bring in one past superstar in their prime to make WWE better, who would it be? Can't it be Roxy or Austin? Man, you took my Austin would be the one who I'd bring back. If you could bring in one past superstar in their prime, what about Bret Hart? I would love to see Bret Hart come back. If he could. Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels would be another really good one as well. Bret Hart would be a really cool addition to AEW right now. Speaking of gauntlet matches, remember that gauntlet match for the #1 contender for Roman Reigns last year, and we all wanted Shinsuke to win, only for Adam freaking Pierce to win. Oh yeah, man, that was brutal. So how do you watch it? My screen froze. FS1. Or sorry, not FS1. It's Fox Sports. Fox Sports. Oh my god, they taped him up. They taped up the ribs, not the taped ribs gimmick. Oh man, that's funny. Ring the bell. You use Sling. You're welcome. You're welcome. I mean, if you want to watch it a different way, just Google it. I'm sure there are a million different ways pop up for it. Oh yeah, how could I forget the Mysterio and Rollins feud, man? That was crazy. So what? Cesaro beats Ridge Holland in their first match in like 2 or 3 minutes, and now what? Ridge Holland's gonna beat Cesaro in their second match in 2 or 3 minutes. And then what? Then what do we do? Another one? A third one? Hart versus Danielson would be crazy. Absolutely insane. Thanks to Ray, now we all know the eyes can grow back. I know, right? Man, I don't think I'll ever forget them going as far as putting that fake eye in Ray's hand. Man, like, I get how you could have just been like, oh, he shoved his eye into it, so it did like a little bit of damage, and then just like tape it up. Don't make it look like his eye fell out of his head. Like, bro, what? Imagine Holland loses again. He'll be getting the Karrion Kross treatment. So I saw something interesting today about that. I saw that Scarlett said that Kross and Jeff Hardy were supposed to go 10 minutes. They were supposed to have a 10-minute match, and then when they were in Gorilla, they were like, hey, you have 90 seconds. Make it work. And I mean, even if I think Jeff beating, well, you can make an argument for Jeff beating Kross in 10 minutes wouldn't be the worst. I certainly wouldn't do it for him being a champion, but You can always play into that, like the guy's the rookie and Jeff is the veteran, but still, I don't know. That's not something that I would do, especially for someone who's not even drafted to the brand at that point. Oh, I forgot that Rollins threw up. Oh, that's so funny. Oh no, distraction finish. Bro, who cares? How can anyone care about this? Meaningless. Crazy for someone who's a badass like Ridge Holland too. Like his presentation in NXT was so good. And this is just so dumb. A feud that's gonna go under the radar in years from now was the Darby Sting versus Team Taz feud. Nearly a year long, and I personally never got bored of it. Yeah, dude, they feuded for so long, but you know what? That cinematic match that they ended up doing was incredible. That was so good. I was kind of worried about how that was gonna play out, but man, it was good. It was so good. WWE really likes to trap itself in the corner. Yeah. They just, it just feels like they don't want to be creative, and they're always just like, they take the path of least resistance where it's like, hey, we'll have this guy cheat to win, or this guy will get a quick victory, but it's not fair, you know? So like, we should probably run it back, and then the other guy's gonna win, and then it's like, okay, well, we have to do it again, right? Because we can't just end with you winning one and this other guy winning one. We have to have a third finale match, and then one of the guys cheats to win that one, and then it's not fair, and then they just keep going and going instead of trying to actually do something of value. And you get to this point where everyone is so protected that no one is actually protected, and everyone just looks stupid. That's the point where most of this stuff goes. You can't tell me that that match made Ridge Holland look good. They attacked him before the match. He still wasn't able to beat him. So Sheamus had to distract him for him to be able to get the win too. Like, I don't know. That was a distraction finish. We just had one. Naomi and Sonya storyline is amazing. I've heard good things about it. SmackDown was going fine until Happy Talk. Let's hope it goes back on the right track. Yeah. I didn't mind the first two matches at all. I thought they were fine. The women's match was a little bit sloppy here and there, but tag match was fine. Both tag matches were fine to me. Disqualifications, yeah, thankfully. Do we really need to see? How many times have we seen Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin feud? Okay, Drew McIntyre, and then we want to go matches, and then we want to search Corbin. And then we want to remove dark matches. We've only had 4 matches that have involved McIntyre and Corbin in 2021. But in 2020, there was... Why do I feel like they've had a really long feud? Oh. Oh, because they feuded for like 2019. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They had 14 matches or so in 2019. Still feels like that was yesterday. Any predictions on who was winning the Royal Rumble matches? Probably Brock Lesnar for the men's, and then I don't know, probably like Bianca or something for the women's. Who are the women that they're pushing right now? Bianca, Doudrop kind of being a center of attention. Carmella and Zelina, Maybe one of them. The Rock shows up at the Rumble. I don't think so. I mean, that'd be really cool if he did, but I don't think so. I'd care about the Cesaro vs. Ridge Holland best of 3 series if the matches were going to be longer than 3 minutes. Both men are good, and I'm a fan of Ridge Holland. Yeah. Oh, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's a good one. Liv Morgan's a good one. I could see that. I wouldn't mind Liv winning the Royal Rumble and then winning the title at WrestleMania. You want to see AW make his wrestling debut? I will just hammerlock DDT everyone on the concrete. No one will be safe. No one. Oh yeah, Bianca won. I think Liv Morgan is the solid candidate. Solid. Bobby Lashley and Liv Morgan. Bobby Lashley is a good choice too, and Liv obviously. Not bad. But I see them having Roman beat Brock at day 1 and then Brock winning to get another shot at WrestleMania. That's kind of how I see them doing it. Naomi would be cool. I would love to see Naomi get that. Big fan of Naomi. So we got Shayna Baszler, right? Naomi versus Shayna Baszler. Yeah, print out your Christmas gift. John Cena return at the Rumble. That'd be crazy too. You know, turn Naomi heel and put her with the bloodline whenever this stuff is done, please. You love this rivalry? I've heard good things about it. Really hope Brock doesn't win the Royal Rumble. We are getting tired of seeing those two fight. Yeah. Either way, I would say that Brock and Roman is going to happen at WrestleMania. Like no reaction from that. Is it next year's Mania in Hollywood? I think that's the next one. The next one. The 23. WrestleMania 2022. This one is in Arlington, Texas. And then, so yeah, I think the 2023 one is the one that's in Inglewood, California. The most devastating move in WWE, the roll up. Oh no. I'm a little bit behind, so this match just started for me. No, you're oh, you're good. You're good. Okay. This is the kind of thing that I'm talking about that just makes everyone look stupid. Hi there, Santa Claus. Shayna Baszler in shambles, man. In shambles. Damn. Damn. Yeah, man. I don't get why you have to resort to stuff like this. I don't get it. No spoilers, please. If you do so, I will spoil Spider-Man. I've already seen it. I've already seen it. Spider-Man cannot be spoiled for me. Madcap Moss versus Drew McIntyre at day one. Who cares? Me Too was incredible. Best. Yeah, no Spider-Man spoilers. No Spider-Man spoilers. Is McIntyre's sword real? I don't know. It's something from someone said it's from like Vince McMahon's thing or something like that. This entrance for Woods is crazy. That little girl. Okay. Why are the Usos and the New Day facing off tonight when they already have a match at day one? Lazy, man. Lazy. I mean, like, the Usos and the New Day, they always have great matches together, so it's always great to see them in the ring, but they give away so much. They give away so much for literally no reason, just because they don't want to like come up with something more interesting. And there's like no tag teams in the tag division, pretty much. Drew McIntyre versus Madcap is pointless. Yeah, so what, we get that and then what? Them at the Rumble or something like that. WrestleMania, probably. Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. Probably at WrestleMania. Bro, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. This holiday season, we want Florida to all come together and buy a Kia for me, please. What are my hard to kill pay-per-view predictions and will I be watching? I don't know. When is it? So yeah, it's 2022. I'm gonna bring this down here since it's commercials. So Mickey James versus Deonna Purrazzo in a Texas death match for the Impact Knockouts Championship. I like that. Moose versus Matt Cardona versus W Morrissey, 3-way for the Impact World Championship. Chelsea Green versus Jordan Grace versus Lady Frost versus Rachel Ellering versus Rosemary versus Tasha Steelz. Knockouts Ultimate X match for a future Knockouts Championship match. Josh Alexander versus Jonah in a singles match. Sounds good. Actually. Sounds good. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I want to watch it. It sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good to me. They're doing New Day versus Usos as the main event just 2 weeks before the same matches on pay-per-view. Yeah, I don't understand it. Is this... Oh, wait. And then we have Roman at the end. Okay. I was going to say, there's no way they have this match go 30 minutes, right? So they're clarifying on commentary that the tag titles are not on the line tonight, but they are on the line come day one. I wanted to look at the stuff for next week. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so it's for the recorded episode. New Day's winning tonight and then they lose that day one. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes in WWE. I don't know. So I guess there's going to be some sort of Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar thing here at the end. That's always like, if any sort of champion is in a match in WWE, it's pretty much guaranteed that they're going to lose it unless the title's on the line. That's pretty much how it goes these days. And you know what? Something interesting to note is that if this match is good, which I'm assuming it's going to be, is that there were 3 tag team matches tonight, and those were the good matches of the night. The singles ones were not. It's kind of interesting, considering that he doesn't like, Vince doesn't like tag team wrestling. Always says I need to update my stream audio bitrate. It's not high enough. I don't even know what the hell that's supposed to mean. So also, I'm gonna be dipping out like as soon as the show ends, by the way. Because Rampage obviously starts as soon as this ends. So be finishing up as soon as this ends, and then heading over to do Rampage coverage over on Instagram and stuff like that. I'm not sure if I'll do watch alongs for AEW shows or not. Maybe at some point. I would like to get someone to cover, since I created the AEW covers account, you know, I would like to get someone to cover Raw, NXT, Dynamite, SmackDown, Rampage, Impact, like everything, Strong, like whatever it is. I would like to bring people on board to do coverage of those. And then maybe I just do watch alongs and stuff like that. Maybe have those people on or something for like reviews or something, or I don't know. I like doing these watch alongs. it's so much better than actually just like watching them alone and commenting about them. You'll do it. I need to figure out how I want to do it properly, and I just need to make sure that when I do it and I decide to do it, like the person's reliable to do it. You know what I mean? No such thing as too much cute animals. Hello? Me mostly tuning into this stream has prevented me from seeing how garbage this episode of the so-called A show has been. I mean, it hasn't been like all bad. The first two matches were okay, but the rest was bad until this point. I'm sure this match will be good. That's my biggest complaint. Like I don't need to see some like 25-minute banger match on TV. Like that's not what I'm particularly looking for. When I'm watching a wrestling show, like I just want things to just make somewhat the slightest sense. Like if you have a 4-minute match, cool. You have a 4-minute match. I don't necessarily care. I just more care about things making sense, the finishes being somewhat normal, and it not being like completely off the deep end for childish. That's it. Like that's all I need. The first two matches were fine with me. Completely fine with me. You could do it on your other account. So it would be for the AOW covers account. That's where it would go. And then so the idea would be that someone covers, so you could do like collaboration posts. So the idea would be like a post on AOW covers. It's like raw coverage brought to you by at whoever you are, blah 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 blah, and then it would be a collaboration post, so it'd be shown on the main AOW account and the covers account. And then so people who want coverage go to AOW covers, the coverage is right there. And then the last post, which is like, you know, the ones that I do where it's like that's a wrap for the show, what'd you think? So that one will be a collaboration post as well. So the AOW page would get the first and the last post saying like the show starting and then the show's ended, what do you think about it? And then the full coverage and all of those other things are on AOW covers as well. That way, like it kind of gives people a voice for things, like they can still comment on things, but and then if they're not necessarily interested in all of the stuff, because I want everything to be covered eventually. If they're not necessarily interested in all of that, they can just tune in when they're ready for the day. When the AOW account lets everyone know. What do you think about King Woods? I like King Woods. You know, speaking of, I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up leaving. I wouldn't be surprised. Xavier Woods, WWE contract. Xavier Woods and Big E signed new WWE contracts December 18th, 2009. Oh yeah, so WWE says, as first reported on Backstage, the New Day have agreed to matching multi-year extensions with WWE. Woods is doing so much stuff right now outside of WWE. I'm not saying that I think he'll leave and go wrestle somewhere else. I could see him leaving and just being into gaming and hosting. He's on G4. He just completed what he wanted, winning King of the Ring. He could host G4. He hosts a show on Nickelodeon right now as well. And I could just see him streaming on Twitch or YouTube and doing gaming stuff. Trash show tonight. I haven't minded the tag matches, but everything aside from that has Not been good. But that's what these like watch alongs are for, right? It makes it, for me at least, it makes it way more enjoyable. These guys never disappoint. I know. They're so good. You could literally watch them fight forever. Literally. It would totally be fine. Two chains, one super kick. SmackDown has a stacked tag team division. Do they? Another distraction finish? They're standing next to a sign that says the Bloodline are number twos. They just took the sign. This is one thing that I really like. I like it when people arrive. I like when they show that during the show. So like Roman showing up at the end is great. Like they used to do that stuff back in the Attitude Era all the time and stuff. The Usos always lose. I know, it's crazy. Is there a thing of that? Cutting Edge returns Monday. Of course it does. Of course it does. WWE loves their talk shows, man. Paul Heyman is about to ball out crying and he can't wait. What, you think Roman Reigns is gonna leave him behind? With special guest Maurice. What do you think they're planning for Austin Theory? I don't know. He's like working with Vince, isn't he? He's like being a mentor to him or something like that. You're tired of watching Miz TV? He just came back though, didn't he? All right, there we go. Oh no, I'm dropping frames. You stop right now. Come on. Fix yourself. Fix yourself, internet. I've never seen these Venom movies before. I don't think I'll ever watch them, to be honest with you. Isn't that movie still in theaters? I swear that I just saw it on my Regal app the other day. Maybe it's like showing in some weird ass theater. Probably still be dropping frames. What the hell? Why are so many people here right now? Everyone just joined at the last minute. Charlotte Flair will defend the SmackDown Women's Championship against Toni Storm next week. Interesting. So they're not doing the championship contender match. Interesting. Okay, we're back in the green. We're good. We're good to go. Cool match graphics, though. Pointless. Pointless. Why are they hyping Roman's return? He only missed 1 week. I know. I don't understand that. Roman's entrance so long he goes to the next commercial. Yeah. Okay. If there's one thing that I hate in this world, it's this goddamn Roman Reigns AR statue thing. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's so bad. It's so funny. Especially since it has like the two poses. Like, ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Here he comes, the needle mover. Roman Reigns. I can't believe they actually put Jobber on a t-shirt, by the way. Next week SmackDown? Maybe. Probably. The big time Bex AR is just as creepy. I haven't seen that one, I don't think. The Xia Li one, I was talking about that earlier when they played a little highlight of her. Her AR entrance is the only one that I like, and that shit looks amazing. Amazing. What's going on, Philip? How you doing? Day one. The matches delivered. I don't think I think the singles matches were terrible. And New Day versus Usos was bad too. I mean, it's a good match, but like, what's the point? And why have a distraction finish? I don't know. You know, it's funny. You can tell. So, okay, you look at the crowd right now, right? Everyone's on their feet. Everyone is really excited for Roman Reigns. You can actually hear the crowd. But when everyone else comes out, they're just like, they're just sitting there. They're not doing jack shit. But you hear the same crowd noise. It's really funny. Philip is here. Are the Nexus coming back? Yeah, Philip. He says yes. They're stacking the day one match card. I don't know what it is. I know this match, the tag match, and then Edge and Miz. Oh, and I guess Madcap Moss and Drew McIntyre, which... Why don't they do Tony versus Charlotte at day one? All right, here we go. Here we go. See what this man's got to say. The needle mover himself. Becky versus Liv. They should not do Tony and Charlotte again. If they're doing it next week, they should not do it again. That face. Man's out here selling lemonade. Ooh. Usos about to get punished. Oh, but we family though. We family. You know who's not family though? You know who's not family? You think they're pumping fake crowd noise into this? I don't know. These people genuinely seem happy to see Roman. It's the you'll notice it's the only time they've showed the crowd like in depth with people chanting and being out of their seats and stuff. Definitely shady. You know, I don't know where they're going with this, but either like if Roman ends up ditching Paul Heyman, I don't want Paul Heyman with Brock Lesnar because I like this version of Brock by himself. I don't want the old version back. I want the samurai hair, I want the beard, I want the overalls, I want like the flannels, I want like the dude that is fresh off the farm, ready to whoop some ass. That's just fun. That's what I want to see. Am I doing a day one watch along? Yeah, probably. Probably do a watch along and coverage for day one. Some sort of coverage, at least. I like doing these watch alongs. I think they're pretty fun. It makes the shows more enjoyable, in my opinion. Just hanging out. They really drawing this out, by the way. Acknowledge me with the truth. Let's hear it, Paul. Chop, chop. We only got 6 minutes left. Back, find out after the commercial break. What's happening? Roman is confronting Paul. He says, are you a special counsel or are you an advocate? And why are you protecting Brock Lesnar from me? Oh no. Oh no, he's gonna say it. I'm protecting you from Brock Lesnar. He's gonna say it. Hello? Hello? This man's about to die. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Paul Heyman. It's over for you, bro. You had a nice run while it lasted, but rest in peace. How's it going? What's happening? So, Paul Heyman. Oh, wait, hold on. So he said, why are you protecting Brock Lesnar from me? And Paul Heyman said, I'm not protecting. Oh, the Superman punch to Heyman. Farewell, bro. Farewell, bro. But anyways, he said, I'm not protecting Brock Lesnar. Is he gushing blood? Or was that a shadow? Oh my god, that was a shadow. Holy shit. I don't know if it's just the angle, but the way that it was shot, it looked like there was just blood pouring out of his head. I was like, no way. But he said that he was protecting Roman from Brock. He gonna catch the concerto? Like I said, rest in peace, Paul Heyman. Yeah, with the overalls on. Dude, the overalls and the flannel cutoff, bro. This man's here to grow some crops and then whoop your ass. It's incredible. I love it. I love it. Brock's definitely winning. You think so? Oof. You have to watch this back. This was great. And this is the frustrating thing. This is why I find a lot of this stuff to be more frustrating, is that they're capable of putting out something so good and so perfectly executed, like this whole thing between Roman and Brock. This is not something that is fresh. We've seen these guys fight a million times, but they've managed to make it fresh. It feels new. It feels great. The storytelling is great. The way that they time things, it's great. This is good. This is very, very good. I wish that they would do more stuff like this, man. Damn. Damn, what a way to close out this show. That was good. Very, very good. Hell yeah. Crowd is actually, you can see when they're actually doing real crowd stuff, they go into the crowd. Another F5, two of them. Is it Roman writing his own storylines? I think that from what I understand is that Roman and Paul Heyman were behind what was going on with them. Fantastic ending, man. Fantastic. I can see, like, I mean, I've been saying that this stuff is good. We all know that this stuff is good, but man, more, please give me more. Like, put the dedication, like put the amount of effort that you put into this and put it into everything else, man. Could you imagine if they came out with stuff this great for everything, man? Oh, it would be so good. It would be so good. All right, but I'm sorry to end so abruptly. I'll make a post about SmackDown on Instagram. I gotta go because the software that I use to record or to stream is the same one that I use to take screenshots for Rampage, and it is about to begin. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be here again on Tuesday for NXT, probably next week again as well for SmackDown. And then if you're into gaming stuff, I'll be here again in 3 hours. I'll be here streaming some Genshin Impact. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I'll see you on Instagram for AEW Rampage. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.